Good morning, y'all. Listen, William and Izza ate, I fixed them hamburgers the other day, and me too. And so we ate most of the hamburger meat over here making burgers. But I'm going to take this leftover hamburger meat that I didn't cook yet, and I'm going to make my spaghetti out of the rest of it. So see, we're going to get a lot of meals out of just a little bit of stuff. So I've got my big old skillet right here. That's that one that's about 4.5 or 5 inches deep. We're going to put that in it. And we are going to make us some quick spaghetti sauce. And I'm going to let it simmer most of the day today, or on low or whatever. And then when they get hungry, I'm going to cook some noodles, and we're going to have what we need. I'm always put a big old onion in mine. Well, of course, y'all knew that, didn't you? You knew I couldn't eat without an onion. That's for sure. I usually put green peppers in mine, but I don't have a green pepper. And what am I always preaching? Use what you got. I got a half of a red bell pepper. It'll make it taste good. You'll still have that good flavor in there. So anyway, I'm going to get this cleaned up here. And we'll cut this onion up. Well, heck, it doesn't want to peel off, does it? There we go. Y'all, if you'll make your own spaghetti sauce, you will be so happy with it. It will taste absolutely delicious. All right, let's go this way. This gives it a really great flavor. Yes, it does. All right, let's cut up the other half of it. Have y'all got anything at your house that makes that much noise? Is it your refrigerator? Is it your air conditioner? What is it that makes as much noise as my sink does? My washer's a real good washer, and it pumps that water out of there so fast that it doesn't know what to do. All right, here you go. There's our onions we're going to put in there. William doesn't like mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is it does. So I'm just going to take a few big ones and just cut them in half. So she'll have some to eat. That one doesn't look too good. I won't use it. And that way, he doesn't have to eat them. I'm just going to do it like this, and we're fixing to make this up now, I'm telling you. All right, now we're going to put us in some peppers. See, you can do all this while your meat is frying. That's just regular hamburger meat. So it will have some grease in it that I'm going to try to get out. We love a good spaghetti. And my advice to you is if you're going to town to buy your stuff to go in spaghetti, that you go ahead and make a really big sauce, not one little one like I'm doing, but I'm talking about a big mama sauce. And that way you can freeze the rest of it. And, okay, let me stir this around kind of too. Take that out there. I got it on high. Okay, let's cut up our peppers. Can y'all see? I think you can. I'll get down lower. There we go. I'll scoot down where you can see. What I do is I just cut my, wrong side. Cut my peppers in slivers, and then I put them all together and cut it at one time. You save time, you save energy, and it's better like that. Okay. But most of the time I put green peppers in it. Now my spices that I'm going to put in it is oregano, Italian, garlic, and salt. no pepper. All right, then pull it all like that, and then just cut you in some little pieces like that. And then we're going to cook us some spaghetti noodles. Just cook those like the package. I do not mix my noodles with my sauce, because most of the time I make up a really big sauce, and I don't like to freeze it together like that. And I actually don't like it mixed. I don't like it mixed. I like to have my spaghetti sauce on top of my noodles. That's what I like. All right, everything's ready to put in it. I'm going to put, this is one of those bigger cans of the tomato sauce. I can get that onion off my hand. There we go. We're gonna have a big can of tomato sauce, and I might need another little bitty can. I'll have to see. I like mine kind of thick with a lot of sauce too. This is just regular tomato sauce, okay? Any brand will do. Here's some petite diced tomatoes. I'm using a smaller can of that. Okay. All right, we're ready to mix it all together now. Let me see how it's coming. Kind of break it up like this just a little bit so that you won't have any big old lumps in it, okay? All right, let's get out our seasoning. We want garlic and oregano and Italian and salt. I'm going to go ahead and put my salt in. And don't forget to salt your noodles a little bit when you cook those, because that makes it taste better. Right now, I'm going to get a coffee cup, and I am going to drain some of this juice out of here. Y'all come over here with me. Come over here. I'm not going to drop you. I'm going to take care of you. There we go. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Take the old faithful hot pad out again. I'm going to tilt my skillet. Pull my meat to this side. And you may have a different way you like to do yours. And you know what I'm saying. Whatever you like to do is fine and dandy. All right, here's some of this grease that you don't want getting in your heart and in your arteries. Spaghetti is actually really good for you. It's just that you don't need to, let's see. Let me turn y'all where you can see the cup. There you go. You just need to make sure that you drain your juice out real good. Like this. Because that's got all kind of fat in it. Alright, I'll show you what I do next. Watch this carefully, because this is important if y'all are heart patients, alright? You got your hamburger meat. Get you another cup and put you about a half a cup of water in it. Just regular tap water. Put it in there and wash your meat off. Stir it around. You're washing grease out of your meat, okay? Like that. And that's going to get any kind of extra, let me see if y'all can see better. Let me do this, see if y'all can see better. My lighting in my kitchen is not the best in the world. Let's see if that helps any. Let me look. Oh yeah, that'll help a little bit. Anyway, let it come back to a boil and do the very same thing. Tilt your meat up like that. And we're going to dip this off. And that is what it's doing, is that washed your meat to try to get all that extra stuff off of it. When George had heart surgery, he had 4 bypasses. And I changed a lot of the things that I did to healthier. And this was one of the things that I did. I made sure that I actually washed my hamburger meat like you just saw, and that helps to get that grease out of there. All right, that's about it. All right, we're ready. See, now look. Okay, set that to the side. We don't do anything with it. All right, you got your hamburger meat. It's all crumbled up in there. And it's nice and brown, but not burnt. Now you add all those vegetables that I just cut up. Let me get my little scoop. We're going to add those. Alright, you're going to stir those around just a little bit so that the onions kind of wilt down just a little. Probably maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes, something like that, and that'll be enough time. Spaghetti sauce is one of the easiest things to make, and children usually really love it. And it's healthy because it's got all this stuff in it. Now, if they say they don't like onions and they don't like pepper, cut it up smaller and they'll never know. Matter of fact, I was back there talking to Iz a while ago, and I said, I know that William doesn't like mushrooms, so do y'all put it in yours? She said, Mama cuts it up so little that he never knows he's eating it. I said, heck, that takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? All right, that's wilted down a pretty good little bit now, because we're going to saute this all afternoon, okay? All right, let's pour in our stuff. We're going to pour in 1 can of tomato sauce, the bigger can. 1 can of little diced tomatoes. We're going to put quite a bit of this Italian. This really makes it spaghetti-ish. Put that all on it. We're going to use, oh, that was my oregano. And then we're going to put our Italian. You want to know a pretty good bit of that too. This is all going to cook in there. It's so good. We're going to put our garlic. We'll stir that around. What you say? All right, I'm looking at this, and I can tell you that I am fixed to go in my pantry, and I'm going to get 1 more can of tomato sauce. Because see how that kind of looks thick, and I want it some juice in there. I don't want it that thick like that. I'm gonna turn it down now till about 2, because we're just gonna simmer it all afternoon. I'm gonna go get another can. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I opened 1 more of the larger cans. It's like 2 little cans is what it is. All right, I've got this turned down on 2, like I said. And I am fixing to put this in a boiler. And let me tell you why I'm going to do that, okay? Wait just a minute. Let me get my boiler out. And I'm going to tell you why you want to do that. Let me get it. I'm going to put it in this boiler. And here's the reason. When you have tomato base, that's the acid, and it will eat into the black iron. It eats into it, so you don't want to leave it in there. I guess you could, but I don't like to do that. when I'm cooking something in tomato base. In other words, when I'm cooking a tomato gravy to go on biscuits, I cook it in my black skillet, but just as soon as it's done, I put it in a bowl because I don't want to get that done like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to pour this in that boiler. And that's what we're going to do is eat. I'm gonna turn it on, I'm gonna leave it on this low, and I want you to look what a huge pot of spaghetti sauce. And it's gonna simmer in there and be so good. Now what you wanna do is as it's cooking, go ahead and taste it and see if you need a little more salt in it or something like that. I always put a lot of the oregano and garlic and all that in mine because I like it spicy. It's not hot, it's just spicy with flavors, herbs and stuff. Anyway, and then fix your spaghetti noodles and you've got it. And if you got any left over, don't pour it over the noodles. Leave it separated. That way if you want to freeze it, you can freeze it. It'll be so good. And I don't know how many bought jars that would be of spaghetti sauce. Probably, and I don't even know, I guess you can buy it with meat in it. I don't know how much it is because I never have bought it. I always just make mine at home. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheaper. Because tomato sauce is not expensive. So, love y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.